Today, we're asking, are you smarter than a Fortnite player? Get ready for Game Showdown. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Game Showdown. I'm your host, Blessing Adeoye Jr. I'm joined by three contestants representing three teams. We got Andy Cortez representing Team Purple.
Did Mike give me another star?
No, he did
you
not.
bet your ass he didn't get you shit.
This is, of course, Greg Miller representing Team Orange got the star last week.
Hi.
I'm still really proud of him for that first star. Then.
Really?
Yeah, that
really
was
good.
impressive.
That was good.
Incredible.
Good one.
I don't know how he pulled kick ass out of his
Incredible
ass.
stuff.
Very impressive.
Very impressive.
And we also got the season 1 champion, the second best baby blues in San Francisco, Tim Geoblessr representing Team Blue.
Feeling good today.
And we're, of course,
You weren't
starting
for
off
long.
with a trivia question. We're at 10 points and the chance to start off strong. Contestants buzz in.
That was so close.
But you would have broken it. I got to pay for it. Of course, buzz in to answer. This is a numbers game. I'm going to ask you the number. I'm going to ask you the number of a certain thing.
3.
You'll each get a chance to guess the number with no repeat guesses allowed. Whoever gets the closest without going over will get the points. If you all go over, then the lowest guess gets the points. Contestants,
So do I
are
need the
you
buzzer
ready?
for this?
You don't need the buzzer. Yeah, you don't need the buzzer.
Ah.
I should have corrected that in the document. Are you ready?
Yes.
According to howlongtobeat.com, how many hours does it take on average to beat the main story of Mirror's Edge? Tim, as the season 1 champ, I'll start with you.
I appreciate that. I'm going to say 7.
Tim says 7. Andy.
6.
Andy says 6. Greg.
This is closest without going over?
Yes.
6.1.
I need a full number. I need a full hour.
Oh, so okay. So it's got to be a whole number.
Got to be a whole number.
What did
Yeah.
you
I said 7.
Don't worry, man.
say? Yeah, too bad you fucked it up. 5.
Greg says 5. The answer, 6 hours. It takes 6 hours. That is 10 points for Andy Cortez, starting him off strong.
Now, why as the guy who won it last time? Why didn't I get to start off?
Crazy.
You're a
I
dude.
honestly, when I had Tim go first, I was like, honestly, it should be Greg. But hey,
It is what it is, man.
I just roll with it. Nobody questions it until you question it.
What would you have said if you went first?
6. That's why I was trying. That's why I went 6.1. I was right there.
Look,
I mean-
man, I've been screwed over a couple times on this show, and I've never ever once complained about it. I've never said anything, in the form of a
I
complaint.
mean, you haven't showed up for 2 weeks.
I was playing Elden Ring. It's pretty sick.
Remember, this is Game Showdown, Kind of Funny's nerdy game show that you can watch live right here on Twitch and on YouTube.
Also, when Mike called me from Tim's phone, I was signing an NDA at the event.
Where you're like, oh, I should answer this, but I got to figure this out.
Yeah, I was like, I get
This
out.
has got to be important.
If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free. Watch us record them live and get a daily exclusive show. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Kieran Hovasapian, Carl Jacobs, Fargo Brady, and Delaney Twining. Today we're brought to you by Ponkel, developers of Vampire Survivors, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's start with Round Robin. Round Robin. The rules are simple. Round Robin is a pretty straightforward question and answer game about
Pretty
video
straightforward.
games. Pretty straightforward. I'll give you a question. You have your buzzers that you'll use to buzz in and answer said question, unless it's something like a numbers game, and I'll say otherwise. For today's Round
3.
Robin, that's close. So you're 3 off. For today's Round Robin, we're asking the question, are you smarter than a Fortnite player? I've contacted some friends who work in elementary schools in the area to gain access to 5th grade level educational material. Today's questions aren't about remembering video game details. Rather, they're about testing your knowledge and seeing if you know more than your average Fortnite squeaker.
no.
You can buzz in once per round. If you give the correct answer, that is 10 points. And one last thing, I'm introducing a cheat code this episode. The cheat code today, you can phone a friend. To activate it, simply just call out cheat code. You're only allowed to use this once this episode, and if your friend is in 5th grade or under, I'll double the points you get for that round.
Wow.
If the answer is correct.
Sure,
I'll
of
double the
course.
points.
What'd you call him, a Fortnite squeaker?
Squeaker, yeah, that's what they're called. Like the kids on
Wouldn't miss
Fortnite.
that
I'm
point.
not going
Wouldn't
to do
miss that
well.
point.
Not going to do well today.
Contestants, are you ready?
Yeah.
Round number 1. What is the preposition in the following statement? The pink toadette brought me a very long letter from Princess Peach, and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my. Tim Gettys.
Oh my.
Oh my is incorrect.
The look he's giving me. It's the most uncomfortable I've ever seen.
Again, the question is, what is the preposition in the following
It
statement?
looked like he didn't want to be seen.
He's so ashamed.
He was looking away from Blessing.
Again, the statement is, the pink toadette brought me a very long letter from Princess Peach, and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my. Andy and Greg, you both have the option to buzz in. Andy Cortez.
Brought me a very long letter.
That is incorrect. Greg Miller, you're the last one
Can I
up.
hear one more time, please?
The pink toadette brought me a very long letter from Princess Peach, and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my. What is the preposition in that statement?
You know this.
Oh, I was always so bad at this. You know what I mean? Like diagramming and like this part of magazine journalism, I fucking barely passed at Mizzou. My.
Greg says my. My is incorrect. The correct answer, from. From was the correct answer. So preposition definition is a word governing and usually preceding a noun or pronoun and expressing a relation to another word or element in the clause, as in, quote, the man on the platform, or she arrived after dinner. So preposition usually has to do with the position.
I was like, I know you shouldn't end a sentence with a preposition.
Uh-huh.
So my is a weird one.
Nobody gets points that
I was
round.
usually really good at this, but it's all gone.
I will say, like, again, I asked for like friends that I have that are teachers in the area to like send me over educational material. I went through exams and I was like, this is the easier stuff that was on that worksheet.
Yeah.
I was going through there. I was like, there's some fucking advanced math that I just do not remember from 5th grade.
I was a top.
How'd you come up with this line though? The oh my.
I just thought of it.
I like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Get in the head of the toad.
Kind of fuck with you a little bit. I think that one might have been inspired by a worksheet because I think they might have had a similar like exclamation.
You kind of
Got
just
it.
filled in
Got
the.
it.
Yeah, I can just replace
Mad libs.
words. Round number 2, the hypothetical. Mike plays a lot of Valorant. However, he doesn't win many games. Just in May alone, Mike played 400 matches, but only won 40% of them. What is the exact number of Valorant matches Mike won in May? Greg Miller.
Can I get a piece of paper?
No, you can't answer the try to do the math.
Sorry. So he won 4%,
He only won 40% of them.
40%.
Yep.
Oh no, 400. So that would be 160.
Greg says 160. 160 is the correct
Damn, that was
answer.
great.
That is 10
Yeah.
points
I
for
really
Greg
wanted
and
to
Team
write
Orange.
it down.
It's brave of you to hit that first. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To take that pressure on.
Round number 3. Greg Miller is another hypothetical. Greg Miller is building a collection drawer of physical PlayStation Vita games. The amount of games he adds to the drawer doubles every day. So the first day, he adds 1. The second day, 2. The third day, 4, and so on. It takes 45 days for the drawer to become completely full of physical Vita games. How many days does it take the drawer to be half full? I'll read that one more time for you. Greg Miller. Greg Miller is building a collection drawer of physical PlayStation Vita games. The amount of games he adds to the drawer doubles every day. So the first day, he adds 1. The second day, 2. The third day, 4, and so on. So it doubles. It takes 45 days for the
Can I write
drawer.
something down?
No. These are all mental
I
math
don't like
you gotta
this
do.
at all.
It takes 45 days for the drawer to become completely full of physical Vita games. How many days does it take for the
Cheat
drawer?
code. I can phone a friend.
Yeah, you can
right?
phone a friend,
And
yeah.
it doesn't have to be a kid.
It doesn't have to be a kid. It can be anybody.
Thank you.
There you
have
go.
my phone
Cheat
right
code
now.
activated. Thank you, Barrett, for the sound effect and for the
man.
visual effect. Again, the question is, how many days does it take for the drawer to be half full?
Now, Bless, I want to give you credit because this is brilliant.
Thank
This
you.
is just absolutely brilliant. But I also hate you.
That is the feeling I try
You
to
gotta call
invoke in Game
Poe in this
Showdown.
situation, right?
Oh no, Poe's a fucking idiot for
Oh.
math.
Math person.
He's calling
Yeah, who is he calling?
That's
It'd be hilarious if
rings.
Ben was like, yeah.
Hi, this is Kyle. Please leave a message.
Kyle, it's Greg. I haven't called you in years. And I was just like, I'm on a game show right now. You know what I mean? I thought you saw me, the phone ringing. You'd be like, oh, something's wrong with Miller. I got to answer the phone. But you fucked me on this one, didn't you, Hayes? Won't lie. Just stalling, hoping that
Yeah.
you'll call me back
all he's
in the
doing.
middle of his voicemail.
all he's doing.
Oh God, no! You what? No! Oh, he's doing a tour. He's doing a tour of a college with his daughter, but they're not like. Don't worry about it.
So who is this person?
Kyle Hayes. He's an actuary. He's an antler with me from Mizzou.
Does nobody have an answer?
What was so how long will it take to get half full? What was the?
It takes 45 days for the drawer to become completely full of physical Vita games. So the question is, how long does it take for it to become half full?
Man.
Can I call somebody else since I activated, or is it just one thing? I'm like,
I've not thought about this scenario.
I am weaseling a bit here.
Roger's shaking his head no.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, no.
That's fair enough.
If they
now,
don't
if he
answer,
calls me
you're
back
screwed.
though
The
before
thumbs
the
down.
thing, but come on, that's one the same person. Yeah, of course.
Wait, what was it? What did he say? What was the thing you're doing? You're calling him
As
back?
long as he I can't call a new friend.
Oh,
but
yes.
if Kyle
if he
calls
calls
me
back,
during
then yeah,
this-
you can answer it.
Fair enough. Thank you very much. There he is. He's here. Kyle Hayes, how are you?
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Nothing. I left you a very offensive voicemail, but I love you. Don't worry about it. All right. So you're on a game show here on Kind of Funny called Kind of Funny Game Showdown. I'm going to pass the phone to Blessing, and he's going to read you a math question that I assure you I cannot answer without your help. You are an actuary, and you're good at math. Here's Blessing.
I love this, by the way. Hi, Kyle. How's it going? This is Blessing.
Hey, Blessing. How's it going?
It's going well. So this is a word problem. It's a hypothetical. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Greg Miller is building a collection of physical PlayStation Vita games. The amount of games he adds to the drawer doubles every day. So the first day, he adds 1. The second day, he adds 2. The third day, he adds 4, and so on. It takes 45 days for the drawer to become completely full of physical Vita games. How many days does it take for the drawer to be half full? That is the question.
Wow. So every day he adds. So on the second day he adds 2 additional games.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and every day it doubles. So on the next day, he would add 4. The day after that, he would add 8. The day after that, 16, and so on.
Gotcha. Okay. So he's adding. Just to talk through my math here, guys. He's adding 2 to the 0, plus 2 to the 1, plus 2 to the 2, plus 2 to the 3, all the way to 2 to the 45th. And I'm sure there's a trick for me to figure out what's the halfway point there.
This is really
My
impressive.
guess is, Greg, I'm sorry, I'm not going to get this for you, buddy.
God fucking damn it, Kyle! You majored in math.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to say 43 days till it's half full.
Greg, are you accepting that answer?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Kyle, you're so close.
Oh, no.
You're
What
so
was it?
close. The answer is 44.
Ah!
Because if you remember, it doubles every day. And so for it to become half
Yeah.
full, you're basically doubling whatever the last day was.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, Miller, I'm so sorry. I was
Fuck you, Kyle! Enjoy
Great
the
attempt.
campus tour with your daughter, you piece of shit! God damn it! I love you. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, buddy.
But yeah, nobody gets points for that round. It's a trick question. Let's move on to round number 4.
I was going to go the opposite of the extreme right there, Tim. I was going to say like 5 days.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know, maybe just, I don't know.
Question 4.
44, wow.
That was
44.
good, yeah. That's one of the ones you think about, you know, if you would have thought. You hear, you're like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. I should have thought about it.
I felt good about it when I sent
Then
it to
just call him
Roger,
back.
and like I sent like a handful of questions to Roger, and Roger I think got most of them right except for that one, and that was the one where like I look over at his desk and I see him with like a calculator up, and like he's writing on physical notes. He's like trying to do the math. He's like, this is way too hard.
I got all the way up to like 4096. You know, I was like 2048.
Yeah.
What are the resolutions when I'm making art?
Round 4. In the sentence, many gamers like to use their PlayStation Portal because it's a comfortable way to play. What is the suffix of the word comfortable? In the sentence, many gamers like to use their PlayStation. Andy Cortez.
Able.
Able is the correct answer. That is 10 points for Andy and Team Purple.
Yes. Let's go purple.
Of course, a suffix is a word ending a group of letters you can add to the end of a root word. So comfort is the root word, and able would be the suffix in that scenario.
That's cool.
Modifying.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm learning a lot today, everyone.
I don't think I ever learned
Listen,
that.
that's what this episode is about. Round number 5. The 2018 game Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, was developed by studio Dim Bulb Games. Dim Bulb Games is located in the capital of New Mexico. What is the name of the city, Greg Miller?
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque is incorrect.
Fuck. One of those stupid states.
Andy,
Las Cruces.
that is incorrect. Tim,
I'm gonna call somebody.
go for it.
Oh, that's a great call.
Tim's
dang
running to grab his phone.
I hate these states that like, and don't get me wrong, I'm from one, right? Illinois. The
Should be
capital should be Chicago.
It should be
Oh,
Chicago.
I
Nobody's
see what
giving a
you're
shit about
saying.
Springfield. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we're the main
It's kind of like
city.
here. Like, why is our
Yeah.
capital for California
Sacramento.
It's just crazy that so many states swung and missed.
I would have never guessed it was Sacramento. I had no idea.
And
I
Tim's
I hope he's
back.
calling Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, I'm so
Or no,
fascinated.
whoever
What-
the governor of New Mexico is. I guess Gavin Newsom wouldn't help too much.
Gavin Newsom's like, I have no idea, dude.
I can see it. I can see it.
It's like I'm trying to think of the other. What other cities even do you think of for New Mexico?
Good question.
Your call has been
No. Gia knows every capital to every state.
That's a
She
swing and a
prides
miss.
herself on
Swing
this.
and miss.
Just say a word.
Gotta
Maybe we should call
guess.
you back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stall for like just a second. I'm stretching. I'm stretching,
Stretching.
Roger. I don't know.
He's
We can't
stretching
move
while he's
on.
thinking.
You know what I mean?
What, do you know any other state capital? Just off the top of your head? It's like-
Sacramento.
that's a good one. Yeah, we
It's the
talked about that a
capital
little
of
bit.
California, I know
when you were
that.
gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be pretty decent with capitals.
Jefferson City from Missouri.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not have
Who the
guessed
fuck
that.
cares about Jeff City?
Doesn't look like she's calling back. That's crazy.
It doesn't. It's real sad for
All
me.
right. Cool. Let's move
Damn.
on.
I'm
What's
gonna
the
go
answer?
with, if I have to answer,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say Baja.
Tim says Baja. Baja is incorrect. The answer,
Fuck.
Santa Fe.
Oh,
Damn it!
Santa
it was
Fe.
the other Taco Bell taco. Fuck! No.
Nobody gets the 10 points for that round. Round number 6.
Low scoring game. Yeah, usually they're high scoring affairs out here, Andy.
This is another
Struggling.
hypothetical word problem. 4 different big game studios are working on a last man standing style game, otherwise referred to as a battle royale. Ubisoft's game supports 11 players. Square Enix's game supports 31 players. Sega's game supports 41 players.
And we can't write it down.
No,
like
I-
that's
but
the
I'll
thing.
reread it, though.
Could you show it on the screen at the very least next time? You know?
Again,
I'm
Sega's
a visual
game
learner. Yeah.
supports 41 players, and Bandai Namco's game supports 81 players. Which of these studios' games support a composite number of players? So the numbers again are Ubisoft, 11 players, Square Enix, 31 players, Sega, 41 players, Bandai Namco, 81 players. Greg Miller.
The first one.
Damn it.
With 11.
That is. Oh, it looks like
No, I hit it, but he
He hit it.
I was there first.
we're gonna give it
Gentleman's
to Greg.
honor. Yeah.
Greg says
I'm probably wrong
the
anyway.
first one, which is Ubisoft supporting 11
11.
players. That is incorrect.
Oh, really? I thought it was because the one
Yep,
on one.
me too, right there, right? One of these things is not like the other one.
So
Fucking
again,
take
the
a shot, I don't
options
know.
the options you have now. Again, we're looking for the composite number of players. Square Enix, 31 players. Sega supports 41 players. Bandai Namco supports 81 players. You got a 1 out of 3 chance here. Who wants to buzz in first and guess? Between Andy and Tim. Andy, you're the only one left of the call too. If you have a friend that's good at math
Or words.
or words.
Can you say it one
I
more
know a
time?
composite sketch.
Which of these studios' games support a composite number of players? We have Square Enix supporting 31 players, Sega supporting 41 players, and Bandai Namco supporting 81 players.
Tim buzzed in second.
so I need to
Was that
go
Obama?
second? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
One more time. One more time.
Again, we're looking for the composite number. 31 with Square Enix, 41 with Sega, 81 with Bandai Namco. I will start counting down from
The
10.
41 one.
Tim is going Sega with 41 players. That is incorrect. Andy, you have a 50% chance.
But read all the answers again, just in case he forgot which one got a call.
Which of these games support a composite number of players? Is it Ubisoft with 11, Square Enix with 31, Sega with 41, or Bandai Namco with 81?
I'm going to phone a friend.
All right, go for it. I respect how you guys do leave your phones at your desk. I always assume that people brought their phones out with them.
I normally do. Today I was like, I'm not going to need it for anything.
Yeah,
It's
sorry,
fine.
I didn't mean to text at the beginning of the show too, but I was sending a funny video that I made to
fair.
Janet and Lucy. But then it looked like it froze frame, and then like I didn't want to. And then it seemed like I didn't want. I want to make sure they got the joke.
It was a
I
great
want- oh, yeah,
story.
I get it. I get it.
Barrett, it wasn't meant to be educational. It was meant to tell Blessing I respect this show, and I don't understand why we have these where you can write on the screen, but I'm not allowed to use it. Thank you very
Just
much.
for this game.
Sucks. Just sucks.
I will say a lot of the worksheets I was using for
Brenda,
this.
my sister-in-law. How are you doing today, Brenda? You are live right now. Well, you're not live, but you're on a game show called Kind of Funny Game Show, and I need
That's not
help
the name of the
because
show.
you're a teacher, and I need to know what a composite number is. Is it the number 31 or the number 81?
No, 81 is composite.
81. Final answer? Okay, you're the best, Brenda. Thank you so
81
much.
81 is composite.
Okay, you're the best. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Bye. 81.
Andy
Yeah.
says 81. 81 is the correct
9 times
answer.
9. That's what composite means.
Really?
Yeah.
They're knocking on it, right? A composite number is a positive integer that can be formed by multiplying two smaller positive integers. So positive integer being a whole number, essentially. So like the only ways that you can get 81,
Like a 0.5 or whatever.
you're not multiplying by like a decimal or whatever.
Gotcha.
And so 81 is divisible by 9.
I love when the
Perfection.
explanation has words that I also need an explanation. I have no idea what you just said. You know,
Of course, that is 10 points for Andy.
Man.
he's running away with it.
I'm going to put 10
A 20
points for
point
me.
lead. 20-point lead is insurmountable with these kind of questions.
10 points for me, and I'm going to put not a prime number.
Also, how old was the person you called?
She's a teacher.
Teacher. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, for more than 5 years, just checking.
Believe
Or
she's-
more than in fifth
believe
grade.
she's 39.
Yeah.
39.
Now, from here on, correct answers are worth 20
Here we
points, and I'm not asking questions to the group. These are tailored questions for each contestant, and you only
where are we
have
going?
15 seconds to answer, starting with Greg Miller.
Can I write it down?
You cannot. Greg Miller, you're a big fan of the video game Marvel's Avengers, which allows you to play as characters such as Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man.
These are all details. You know.
I know. If
speak-
Thor's hammer gave out 25 joules of power, what would...
And speaking of Iron Man,
Here it is.
what is the periodic symbol for iron?
So easy.
Capital I.
Greg says capital I. Capital I. is-
Lower R.
Capital I, lower R is incorrect. Now, of course, since Greg got the answer wrong, Andy's buzzing in immediately without the options. Andy, what's your answer?
Well, you're asking about the iron?
Yes.
Fe.
Andy says Fe. Fe is the correct
How?
answer. That
How'd
is
you know
20
that?
points for
I
Andy
just
Cortez.
know, bro. I just know that one.
Stupid shit you had to memorize in school. We never had to memorize the table.
Breaking Bad,
thing.
probably.
Yeah, Breaking Bad. Making drugs.
Oh, yeah. Maybe Breaking Bad is it.
Andy, this next one is for you. Identify the conjunction in the following sentence.
What's your function?
Again, we're identifying the
Take it
conjunction.
in sperm and spitting out babies.
Family Guy. Family Guy.
The sentence reads like this. My frustration in Mario Sunshine stems from the unnecessary difficulty and horrendous game design. Spot the conjunction.
One more time.
My frustration in Mario Sunshine stems from the unnecessary difficulty and horrendous game design. What is the conjunction in that sentence?
And.
Andy says and is the correct answer. That is 20 more points for Andy dominating this round.
Go,
First
Andy,
one
go.
that I knew.
Yeah, I know, right? The only one.
As soon as I saw Tim's hand go down in such a defeated manner.
Yeah, for those who don't know, a conjunction is a word used to connect clauses or sentences or to coordinate words in the same clause, e.g., and, but, if.
Santa
Santa.
Claus.
Oh, there you go.
That's
There you
good.
go.
That's good, Joe.
Jimmy Clausen.
This one's for Tim.
Here we go.
Tim, in Pokemon, there are different types of Pokemon, such as fire, water, and grass type. According to Nintendo.fandom.com, some grass type Pokemon, such as Bulbasaur, Go-Goat, Sawsbuck, Leafeon, and Paris, obtain benefits such as photosynthesis. When photosynthesis is performed, what substance is produced?
Ew.
Again, the question is, when photosynthesis is performed, what substance is produced? Your time is up. Do you have an answer?
Food.
Tim says food. That is the incorrect answer. Greg is buzzing in.
Chlorophyll.
You said
More
what now?
like chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll. I don't think is. I'm going to accept that answer.
Okay.
Yeah. Andy,
There you go.
you're the remainder here who can rob
be
this
my answer.
round from
Well,
Tim.
now he's going to say when it's going to be.
I do have
chloroflydium or
the
whatever. There you go.
multiple choice answers I'm going to give you.
Sure, let me hear him.
Again, the answer is when photosynthesis is performed, what substance is produced? We got A, oxygen and glucose, B, nitrogen, or C, carbon dioxide.
What was A again?
Oxygen and glucose.
This wouldn't have helped me. Even if I was, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I'm gonna go. What was B again?
B is nitrogen,
Carbon dioxide to round it out.
and C is carbon dioxide.
I'll go with A.
Andy's going with A, oxygen, glucose. That is the correct answer. That is 20 more points for Andy.
AKA food for people, plants.
Yeah, glucose is food. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
there's glucose in food.
I was gonna say
guess.
mitochondria. Powerhouse of the cell.
Chlorophyll sounded right to me, but like that's not it, right? Chlorophyll is just like what
That
makes
was
the
something
green.
like that.
It's
though,
like I think
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what makes the green substance. We need Kevin here. It's what makes
Chlorophyll is the
He's not
natural
here.
compound present in green plants that gives them their color.
There-
Top
there
of
you
his
go.
head. Look at that.
Yeah. So it sounded right, but I was like, I don't think that's right. But you could have fooled me. With
90
that,
points.
that does bring us to the end of round robin. Barrett, what's the score?
Painful round.
Right now, with absolutely 0 points, is Tim smarter than a Fortnite player? No, he is not, because he's in last place. Team Blue with 0 points. Then in second place, arguably also not smarter than a Fortnite player,
no
is
argue. No
Greg
argue.
Miller for Team Orange with 10 points, and definitely someone who graduated 5th grade. It was Andy Cortez for Team Purple with 90 points, but it's still anybody's game.
Luke Close. Glenn Close.
Close. It is still anybody's game because, of course, we got a lot more game left here in Game Showdown. But before we get to it, remember patreon.com/kindafunny and youtube.com/kindafunnygames is where you can go to get the Kinda Funny membership, which allows you to get shows ad-free. And speaking of ads, let us tell you about our sponsors.
This episode of Kinda Funny is brought to you by Punkle, the developers behind Vampire Survivors. Did you know that Vampire Survivors is out on just about everything? That's right, you can play it this very second on PC, Xbox, Switch, and mobile. And if that wasn't enough, it's coming to PlayStation this summer with a Platinum Trophy, and I just so happen to be stoked. Why? Because it's awesome! Vampire Survivors is a gothic horror casual game with roguelike elements where your choices can allow you to quickly snowball against the hundreds of monsters that get thrown at you. Mow down thousands of night creatures and survive until dawn. Pick your character, spend your gold on power-ups, and get to being the bullet hell in the game that features absolutely 0 vampires. Ponko even just released the new DLC Operation Guns featuring the classic and timeless Konami IP, Contra. We've been talking about this game for years, so there's no reason not to support it now. It's as affordable as a cup of coffee. Get Vampire Survivors on your platform of choice this very second, and thank Ponko for sponsoring Kinda Funny.
And we're back. And it's time for our second game, Geoblessr. The rules are simple. Geoblessr is a game where I usually have you guys guess video game locations. However, today, you're going to guess the chest. I have 2 rounds of images of various video game treasure chests. If you can identify the game that chest is from, you get 20 points. You have a minute to jot down your answers on your screens. We have 2 rounds of these. We're going to start off with round 1. Contestants, are you ready?
Yeah!
No.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Tim needs 1
two
second.
seconds. Team
Layer. Where are
Purple.
these layers at? No, don't like that. Don't like any of this stuff I'm seeing. Definitely not.
You don't want a Game
there.
Pass? You don't want Xbox Game Pass?
Don't want Game
Are
Pass.
you using like different colors? Are you using a
I'm just trying to
paintbrush
find
tool?
a layer. It's like, all right, cool.
You try making a new layer?
That one?
Yeah, a little paper, a little sticky.
Oh, what the fuck?
Tim
that
currently
looks
has
good.
an artistic brush as his main drawing tool. I don't know what mine is either. What do I got?
What exactly are you trying to do right now?
I'm just trying to just do this.
Make it
normal.
pretty?
No. Just, I think I'm good now.
All right,
I'm
Tim's
good.
good.
I'm good.
Good.
Sorry about that.
All right, contestants, you ready?
Yeah!
Barrett, bring up round 1. Again, the goal here is to guess what games are these chests from?
Are you looking like? Does it have to be the specific game, the franchise? We're gonna be generous here. What are we
If
doing?
you're close enough, I will be generous.
Thank you. You're a good God.
Since you have about 35 seconds remaining. Hey, Barrett, can you bring up the other scene so I can see the timer? All right, you have about 15 seconds left. Looks like our contestants are still jotting. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Man, I don't know.
Let's start off with Greg Miller. Greg, what were your answers there?
None of them good.
Yeah.
Number 1, Mario. Number 2, Conquer. Number 3, Call of Duty. Number 4, God of War.
All right, Andy, what you got for me?
Mario 64. I put DK 64 for number 2.
Mhm.
I put Tony Hawk. I saw graffiti.
I was right there with you.
And God of War.
All right, Tim, what you got for me?
I got Banjo-Kazooie. I got Mario 64 for number 2. Bloodborne is what I was trying to write, but then my pen just stopped working. For
You
number
always got an
3,
excuse.
no graffiti in Bloodborne.
I
I
can
don't
see the
think,
blood in
but,
it, though.
And then God
Can
of
you see
War.
the penis
It's like
for a T
blue.
in Tim too? Because I sure can.
I can see that, actually. It's pretty
Hanger.
gnarly. Hold on, so you said Banjo Mario. Okay, cool. Barry, if you can bring up the image so I can break down the answers here. Tim, you were the closest to getting all 4 correct. The first image indeed is Banjo-Kazooie. The second one is Mario 64. It's
Wow.
Jolly Roger Bay right there. The third one is Call of Duty, Black Ops specifically. But I'll give you Call of Duty as an answer.
You're giving me that one too, then, right?
Yeah, I'm giving you that one. And then number 4, there is God of War. With that, Greg got 2 of those correct. Andy got 1 of those correct, and Tim got 3 of those correct. And remember,
What are you trying to do?
Can you just reset this?
Tim's out here struggling. But remember, those are 20 points per correct answer. So again, Greg got 40 points total for that. Andy got 20 points there, and Tim got 60 points, putting him back in the game.
Thank God.
Now, once we get reset here, once we get Tim's thing working, we're going to have another round 2 here.
That's what I was trying to do, just to move on. Okay, cool. Now we're good.
There we go. All right, contestants, are you ready for round 2?
Yeah.
Barrett, bring up round 2.
No, I'm not.
Roger, is Roger good? Okay, Roger, can you help Tim?
We're still doing
Bless you.
franchises is fine? Or just-
Games.
it does need to be games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shit.
But like, I guess the example I would give is like, if you say God of War, I understand you're saying 2018, or like if you said Ragnarok, because those are the same chests in both those games, I'll give it to you.
No. So if I'm saying Zelda, is that good enough, or do you need me to say?
I would want more specific. Like some games share chests, which is why I'm a little bit loose with it. But
Sure.
we got 10 more seconds here. Tim, if you struggling, I'll give you an extra few seconds
I'm
here.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's start off with Andy this time. Andy, what you got for me?
Put Zelda Breath of the Wild. I put the Ubisoft game Gods and Monsters for number 2.
Oh, nice. Good cough. That's right.
League of Legends, number 3. I don't even. That's definitely not right. And number 4, I put Zelda again, and I'm gonna say that one was. Let's go with Skyward Sword.
All right, Skyward Sword. Greg, what you got?
I put Wind Waker for number 1. I put Genshin for number 2.
Oh, good call.
3, I was looking for League. I did not put it. Don't give me points. So I just left it blank. I couldn't get there. And then 4, I put Zelda as well.
All right, Tim, what you got?
I put Skyward Sword for 1. I put Genshin Impact for 2. I put Gods and Monsters, Phoenix Uprising, whatever, for 3, and Wind Waker for 4.
He did not get Gods and Monsters. He's cheating. Throw this all out. Oh, yeah, you wrote it down after Andy said it. Andy, this is fucking garbage. Can we get Skycam to play back whatever just happened? Because that's bullshit.
I'll believe Tim's word for it.
I'm sure
if he's
you
lying,
would.
we'll roll back the tape after the
You
show
can see.
and we'll take away a star. We'll have punishments in there. You guys were all in the ballpark, but I believe if I did this math correctly, y'all only got one correct each. So number one was Zelda, but it was Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. I would have taken either one because they share the same chess
It's an
design.
ugly game. You know what I mean?
It's pretty
Damn,
it's
Nintendo.
real ugly.
Especially when you put them like up against these other
Yeah.
ones where it's like, oh, these look gorgeous. Number two was Genshin Impact, which I believe, Greg and Tim got those correct. Number three, Spyro the Dragon. Spyro the Dragon.
Great call.
And then number four, Immortals Phoenix Rising, which you guys all
Had 'em
had,
flipped.
or I think a couple of you guys had in your things,
Yeah.
but you had for the wrong one. But with that, I believe that's 20 points for everybody. And that brings us to the end of Geoblessr, which means it's time for our final game, Mad Categories.
Mad category.
Mad Categories, the rules are simple. I'm going to list a handful of games. It is your job to write down on your screen whether you think the game belongs in category A or category B. We're going to go one game at a time through a list of 10. You get 20 points for each correct placement. Today's Mad Categories are top 100 game of all time or not.
Oh.
In May 2023, GQ posted their list of the 100 best video games of all time, polling over 200 industry folks, including Kinda Funny members. It is your job to tell me if the game I name made it onto the list or not. You can write down just yes or no to keep this simple.
So it's A or B?
Yeah, but for this, just yes or no. Are you ready?
Yes.
That makes sense.
So yes, if it's in the top 100.
Yes if it's in the top 100, no if it's not. Again, we're doing GQ's list from May 2023. Round number one, Super Mario Brothers. Was that in the list or no? Is it a top 100 game or no? Greg Miller, what you got for me?
Yes.
Greg says yes. Andy.
Yeah.
Andy says yes. Tim.
Yep.
The answer is yes. It is on the list. It is number 96 on the list. So barely made it on
I
there.
mean, old game is old. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Number two, Life is Strange. Is that a top 100 game of all time or not? Again, you get 20 points for each correct placement. Let's start with Tim. Tim, what you got for me?
Yes.
Tim says yes. Andy.
I said no.
Andy said no. Greg.
No.
Greg says no. The answer is no.
Damn
That
it.
is 20 points for Andy and for Greg. Round number three, The Last Guardian. Is that a top 100 game or not? Andy, what you got for me?
No.
Andy says no. Greg.
No.
Greg says no. Tim.
It ain't.
Everybody says no. The answer is yes.
Oh, wow.
It was number 88 on that list of top 100 games of all
Love
time.
Mario 1.
Listen, I'm with it. I love that game. Let's go. I was one of the people that voted. I don't think I put it in my thing though, because they're only asking for
Yeah,
top.
yeah,
they're only
that's
asking
the
for
one
top
way.
tens.
They only asked for 10, yeah.
Which means that like at least a couple of people had Last Guardian in their top tens. That is asinine.
Yeah,
kinda
exactly.
wild.
I
That's a
enjoyed that
crazy
game,
thing.
but like, no.
I love that game so much, but yeah, no, it's not in my top 10. Round number 4, Assassin's Creed 2. Is that a top 100 game of all time according to the GQ list? Yes or no? Let's start with Greg.
No.
Greg says no. Andy.
Yes.
Andy says yes. Tim.
Yes.
The answer is no.
Oh.
Greg gets 20 points there.
Really?
Yeah, in fact, there are no Assassin's Creed games on that list.
Last Guardian over Assassin's Creed. That's. I mean, I just always think everybody just
it
always
makes
gets
sense
horny
that the
over
dog
it.
doesn't talk to you. You know what I mean? The fucking flying dog. It makes sense he doesn't pay attention to you. Do you want him to?
Was that your beef with that game? Is that the dog doesn't talk?
I mean,
Doesn't speak
I didn't
English?
mean listen to you. Remember how it was like hard to control? People were like, oh, it's get better.
Like it's like a real animal. Not all the animals.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they said when I gave Lair a 4.9 too.
He had rabies.
Listen. Maybe they were wrong about Lair. Round number 5, Borderlands 2. Is that a top 100 game of all time?
I mean, now
to
you got me
GQ?
thinking, man.
Gotta think.
Borderlands 2. According to GQ, was it a top 100 game of all time? Tim.
Yes.
Tim says yes. Andy.
No.
Andy says no. Greg.
Yes.
Greg says yes. The answer is no. That is 20 points for Andy.
That was a big one
You had
for
to play
me.
the game. You had to
That's
play
a
the
big
game.
one.
You know what I mean?
Round number 6,
How many rounds are there?
There are 5 more rounds left.
Okay.
So we're halfway through. You're still in this.
No, not really, but you know.
I mean, like if Andy just shits the bed,
I mean, I'm just gonna copy
5
off
times in a
everyone.
row.
now we gotta get serious.
Now you gotta
Get
cover
serious.
up. I'm gonna take all y'all's answers.
Round number 6. Mega Man 3. Is that a top 100 game of all time according to the GQ list or no? Mega Man 3. This one's stumping people a little bit.
This is a hard one.
All right, let's start with Andy.
I said no.
Andy says no. Tim.
No.
Tim says no. Greg.
No.
Greg says no. The answer is no. It is not on the list. I see you guys are playing the game now. In fact, there are no Mega Man games on that list.
What?
Yeah, insane.
That's fucked up.
Insane. Next up.
I got a magnet on my head. Genius! Fuck off, everybody. You know what I mean?
Round number 7.
Fuck
What
off.
if we just do the same thing 11 times? Yeah, no, go ahead.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Fighting different bosses
Oh, I got a
with
vacuum
different
arm.
abilities.
Whoa.
You made a lot of Mega
Am I
Man
gonna
games. They all
jump
look
or
like the
shoot
same
now?
thing.
It's really hard.
Oh, you're saying all the games are the same?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, but a couple of them do it real good differently.
It's
Like
great.
shout out to X.
Yeah,
X is
X
a
and
top
2.
3.
You know they're not thinking of that one.
Round number 7. Half-Life Alex.
Ooh.
Is that a top 100 game of all time according to GQ or not?
You're a piece of shit, Blessing.
Yeah, I am. Half-Life Alex.
Remember when you did this and then I was like, it's cool they asked you. And I was like, I wonder why they didn't ask me. And then I Googled in my email. Oh, I got the email. I just didn't answer.
Did not respond.
just sent it right to archive. I'm like, whatever.
All right, let's start with Greg Miller.
I said yes.
Greg says yes for Half-Life Alex. Andy.
No.
Andy says no. Tim.
I said no.
Tim says no. The answer is no. It is not on the list. That's 20 points for Andy and for
You
Tim.
got to try to make some moves. I had to hope there were enough weirdos like Danny with the wire.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That's the first
yeah.
thing I thought.
Fun fact, it is on the IGN list of top 100 games of all time. It is number 26 on that list.
Whoa.
Yeah.
High
Another
praise.
reason not to listen to IGN.
That's high praise.
You didn't believe me on Ghostbusters. Look at that, everybody.
Round number 8. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Is Wind Waker a top 100 game of all time according to GQ or not? Let's start with Tim Geddes.
Yes.
Tim says yes. Andy.
Yeah.
Andy says yes. Greg.
Yes.
Everybody says yes. The answer is yes. It is
God.
on the list. It is number 67 on the list.
I just realized, why don't I have the yes and no and I just make them
That's
visible?
what I'm doing.
That's a good. I was about to say, man, you wrote the word yes really similarly. Very good handwriting.
Save the
It's
layer.
consistent. Round number 9. Pokemon Yellow. Pokemon Yellow. Is it on the GQ list? Yes or no? Let's start with Andy.
No.
Andy says no. Greg.
No, you're thinking of Pokemon Snap.
Greg says no. Tim.
No.
Tim says no. The answer is no. It was not on the list.
Remember they came out with a sequel to Snap? They didn't.
Yeah.
Like
New Pokemon Snap.
yeah.
like all we wanted was like a new Pokemon. And they came out and just kind of.
This is like the same thing happened to Strikers.
Yeah,
Or
but
no,
like
we played that for like a day.
you
No,
if that.
there was a difference though. Strikers wasn't good. New Pokemon
Was
Snap.
New Pokemon Snap good?
It was as good as the first one was. But
I
guess
would've
what?
known.
First one, not that good.
roast in the glasses.
Yeah.
So it wasn't good.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It was like, it is what it is.
Strikers, you couldn't even play with 4 friends online. It was like, make a league, make a team. Oh wow, we're gonna like level the like.
God,
oh,
that
you
was
can't.
such a heartbreaking
you-
stream.
Dude, we are so stoked to play on stream. We all logged on. We're like, oh, we can't
Never
even
again.
like party up online. what the hell are we doing?
Now,
Nintendo?
Pokemon Yellow wasn't on the list. Pokemon Red and Blue were on the list, of course. Number 25. Last round, Grand Theft Auto 4. Was Grand Theft Auto 4 on the list of top 100 games of all time by GQ as decided by the industry? Let's start with Greg Miller.
No.
Greg says no. Andy.
no.
Andy says no. Tim.
No.
Everybody says no. The answer is yes. It was on the list.
Whoa.
It was number
Where's-
91 on the list.
Better than Mario.
What other GTAs were there?
It's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head. I imagine 5. Probably Vice City. I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably Vice City.
Yeah, I had a tough time. Like I was gonna like link to the list on this, but as I was compiling this, for some reason, the list straight up crashing my laptop.
Oh.
Yeah, I would go there and make everything in the browser run slow, and I'm like, okay, no, we're not gonna do it this way. And so I will double check for you right now, but I'm not gonna risk it
Don't risk it.
because, of course, this does bring us to the end of the episode, and it brings us to the final scores of the episode. Barrett, what are the final scores?
The final score in last place still, but with points on the board, fought
Feeling
his way
okay.
back. It was Team Gettys for Team Blue with 180 points. Still only 10 points ahead of him at the end of the day. It was Greg Miller for Team Orange with 190 points, and who ran away with it today after being stolen an episode a couple of weeks back. He finally gets his redemption. It's Andy Cortez for Team Purple with 270 points.
Purple Nurple. Let's go.
Hello.
Barrett, if you can bring up the star tracker. Of
Dame
course,
mi estrella.
going into this episode, Greg Miller had a big lead, at least so far in the season, having 3 stars compared to the 1 star of Team Blue and the 1 star of Team Purple. Now, Andy Cortez, representing Team Purple, has earned another star, bringing it up to, again, Team Blue, 1 star, Team Purple, 2 stars, Team Orange, 3 stars, making this a game for the season, making it way more competitive than last season. Andy Cortez, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
your win today.
Composite numbers.
Composite numbers.
Never
You
beat that.
composited the scores. Look at that.
Make a difference. Of course, this has been Game Showdown, your nerdy trivia show. We'll be back next week with another episode. If you're watching this live right now, we're about to do a reaction. Woo! The Summer Game Fest reaction. So get hyped
I was like,
about
what?
that. Until next time, I've been Blessing. That's been Tim. That's been Andy. That's been Greg. It's been our pleasure to serve you.